Sprint Review Meeting. The Sprint Review Meeting is held at the end of the sprint. It is a meeting of supervision and evaluation of the result of the sprint. The product owner is the person who knows which stakeholders should be present at this meeting. The product owner invites the relevant stakeholders to the meeting. The Scrum team and the Scrum Master are also present at the meeting. The role of the Scrum Master is to facilitate this meeting, to ensure that everyone understands the purpose, and to keep the meeting within the time limit. The sprint review meeting is limited to 4 hours for a 1-month sprint. For shorter sprints, this meeting is expected to last shorter. The result of the sprint is what the Scrum team achieved in the sprint. The result can be an increment added to a product or a change made to the product. During the sprint, they also discuss details that the team discovered didn't work. The Scrum team will demonstrate the product increase or changes they have made to the stakeholders to gather feedback. This is the highlight of the meeting. Stakeholders examine the result and express their opinions about the result. The Scrum team should refrain from making a presentation at this meeting. It is very important to get the stakeholders to try the result with their own hands so that they can better understand the result produced. If stakeholders notice something important to fix, the Scrum team can consider it to be fixed in the next sprint. However, if the change requests are large, this request is added to the product backlog by the product owner. The most important feature of product increment offered to stakeholders is that they comply with the definition of done. Only the features that meet the conditions in terms of quality criteria are shown to the stakeholders. This is because an increment that does not meet the quality criteria is not considered complete because it is not yet ready for use by the end customer. On the other hand, the sprint review meeting is not an event to make the resulting increments available to the end customer, in other words, to release the product version. The Scrum team does not need stakeholder approval to release a raise. They can do this at any time during the sprint. Thus, they can measure the reaction of the end customer. However, when we look at the practical life, especially in large projects, this meeting is implemented as getting the approval of the stakeholders and then opening the final version to the end user. At the sprint review meeting, stakeholders will also learn what the Scrum team will do next. Thus, in each sprint, they receive information on how close they are to the product target. This meeting is an important opportunity for stakeholders to ask their questions, see the changes and new features to be made in the product, and understand what has changed in their environment since the last sprint.